A colleague of mine was conducting an interview and asked the sales applicant if he had good people skills. The response, "Of course I do. What kind of stupid question is that?" Smart people every day say and do stupid things. In Emotional Intelligence Part 2, we will examine how emotions channeled incorrectly will sabotage our most important and precious relationships. We will also discuss how various parts of the brain control our emotions and, if accessed correctly, lead to our emotional health and well-being. Years ago, a popular recognizable ad campaign was "This is your brain on drugs." A visual of an egg in a frying pan drove home this point. Bottom line, bad things happen when you're on drugs. Well, experts today will tell you that your inability to control your emotions is like driving your car into a ditch. At the blink of an eye, you know you're in deep, deep trouble. So, where does this behavior originate? Much of our emotional ignorance is a result of the pressure and stress we encounter in our lives on a daily basis. The fact is that we are under more stress at home and at work than ever before. Our lives are filled with deadlines, hassles, frustrations, and demands. For many, stress and pressure is a commonplace thing and a way of life. However, when you're constantly being bombarded with stressors, operating in emergency mode, your mind and body pay the ultimate price. That relentless amount of stress can be easily illustrated by the glass that is filled to the brim and overflows, or the rubber band that is stretched and then, unfortunately, snaps. For the sake of simplification, when stress occurs, we can either take a shortcut and react ignorantly without thinking, or be patient, focused, and under control and respond intelligently. This is where the two parts of the brain that control our emotions and direct our actions take center stage. When our body is under stress or we perceive a threat, the primitive portion of our brain, the amygdala, takes over. The amygdala is like an imprecise shortcut or an alarm circuit that pumps hormones to our body, alerting us of danger. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. It's at this moment that our ability to reason and think clearly and effectively abandons us. You've heard the term fight or flight. It's when we react without thinking. Now understand, not all behavior directed to our body by the amygdala is bad. If used correctly, it's the trigger mechanism that helps you stay alert in an emergency situation, and the reason you slam on the brakes to avoid an accident or step back onto the curb to avoid a speeding car. However, when we travel through the amygdala under pressure and stress, we're on our way to fracturing and destroying relationships. You've heard people say in emotionally charged situations, "What were you thinking?" The answer is usually, "I wasn't." So what's the answer? Learning the art of emotional intelligence that experts today agree is more important than even intellectual intelligence. Emotional intelligence is achieved by taking the long way around to a part of your brain called the frontal lobe. Here, you're tapping into and utilizing brain function that allows you to think clearly and creatively, taking into consideration your feelings and the feelings of those you're interacting with. The frontal lobe is where all of your critical and executive thinking takes place. Here is why exercising emotional intelligence is so difficult. Let's go back to my water overflowing and rubber band snapping theory. The stress episodes we encounter on a daily basis are cumulative. They're like placing one rock after another into our pockets, weighing down our thought process and clouding our emotional judgment. It's the accumulation of stress-related occurrences that leads to a reaction, or in many cases, an overreaction, resulting in damaging, life-changing events. So how do we avoid the amygdala shortcut accessing the road less traveled, the frontal lobe? In the third and final part of Emotional Intelligence, I will share with you simple, easy to understand strategies and methods to become more emotionally intelligent. In closing, make no mistake about it, the ability to closely examine your emotions and thoughts before making decisions and responding will positively impact your life and the lives of everybody around you.